So you're building a gaming computer. What's different about it from a regular computer? Is it special or something?
Well, for starters, it has a better graphics card, which means a better visual experience.
What do you mean by a better visual experience?
Well, since it has a better graphics card, it has better graphics and frame rate.
How'd you know how to put all the parts together? How'd you choose?
Well, I went on YouTube and watched tons of how-to videos on how the computer works. And then I went on Amazon and read all the reviews for each part I chose. And I had to determine whether the reviews were real or bogus. So when you're building a computer, you first have to know where you're getting your money. For me, it came from my buddy Tom and his buddies. Because 6 years now, I've sold him for Thanksgiving, and the profits have helped me buy computer parts. It took a couple days of intense research. After all, this was my money, and I fed, watered, and cleaned those turkey coops through sunshine, mosquitoes, and snow. I had to make sure of two things. One, that I was getting the best quality parts, and two, for the best prices I could. Before I bought my parts, I wanted to make sure my parts were compatible. So I went to the professionals at North American Computers. I talked to Ryan and showed him my parts. He said they were all compatible. So after that, I asked him, where should I buy? He told me to either go to Amazon or Newegg.com. Amazon worked best for me because we had Amazon Prime, which means free shipping and like 2-day shipping, so everything came fast. For my graphics card, I chose the Zotac GeForce GTX 960 2GB variant because it has a whopping 1,024 CUDA cores with a base clock of 1,177 megahertz with a boost clock of 1,240 megahertz. It also has smart freeze technology, so when the fans are spinning and the graphics card cools down enough, the fans will stop spinning and therefore stop making noise. For my solid-state drive, I got the Kingston Digital 120GB SSD. It has read speeds up to 180 megabytes a second and can write at 133 megabytes a second. This SSD is 10 times faster than a 7,200 RPM hard drive. For my PC case, I got the Thermaltake Versa N21 Snow Edition. I got this one because it's an ATX mid-tower window gaming computer case. So it has a window in the side so you can see your computer. And also because my motherboard is an ATX, meaning it will fit in this case perfectly. And this case has all the peripherals I will need, like an optical drive slot and plenty of room and included fans. For my CPU, the central processing unit, I got the Intel Core i5 6600K desktop processor unlocked. So unlocked means it can be overclocked to a faster speed. And it has 4 cores. And built in, it has Intel Turbo Boost Technology 2.0, meaning it runs at a fast speed of 3.5 gigahertz, but can throttle up to a major 3.9 gigahertz. And it also supports dual-channel DDR4 memory. When you're choosing a motherboard, you need something that your CPU, your graphics card, well, everything, your whole computer needs to hook up to this. That's why it's called the motherboard. So I ended up getting the MSI 150 Gaming M3 motherboard because next level memory design, meaning my DDR4 memory will run at 1.6 times its performance. And it also has a special LAN gaming networking. So when you're playing a game, it will put more of your network, your Wi-Fi, to your game so it'll move faster. It also has game boost technology. In one simple click, your CPU can be running 1.1 times better, which is a lot when you're talking gaming. So I found out my CPU worked perfectly with this. The chipset matched up, everything. My storage was able to connect. My SSD was perfect. So it all worked out great. For my power supply, I got the EVGA 700 watt bronze power. Bronze means it's more energy efficient on the power it pulls from the wall. I needed a 700 watt because when you're building a computer, you're supposed to leave 30% of wattage unused at all times. So my system added up to be around a 400 watt system roughly. So I needed a 700, and then I can expand by adding another graphics card, which maybe uses another 100 watts. I got the Patriot Viper 30th Anniversary Edition, which is 8 gigabytes of blazing fast memory at 2.8 gigahertz. It uses DDR4 technology and quad channel technology. It also supports XMP 2.0, which throttles your memory to go even faster. For my CPU cooler, I got the Cooler Master Hyper D92. When you're choosing a CPU cooler, you have to be careful because it has to line up with your motherboard and your CPU type. And for my case, it fit my i5 6600K perfectly. So when I ordered my parts, I asked, could you overview and make sure I was doing it all right, so I don't plug something in and it blows up? So he said sure. So after that, he was just as excited as I was. He was texting and calling, wondering if I got all my parts. And I was so excited when all the parts came. I rushed right in to get it built. It took probably about an hour and a half to get it all built, and probably about 3 hours for the drivers and the operating system. I was so excited when it was all completely done. It felt like such an accomplishment to get my own computer built by me. So what did I like about building my computer? Probably one of my favorite things was after doing all that research, ordering the parts and getting them and taking them out of the box and feeling the premium metal feel of all the components. What I would have done differently if I had the chance was probably just spend the money and get the parts sooner. My advice to you is to try it yourself and don't be afraid to ask others for help.
Been to American wedding? Where is the vodka? Where is marinated herring? Where is the musicians that got the taste? Where is the supply that's gonna last 3 days? Where is the band that